Are we playing quad? You look like Joe Woe there, Bubba.
I do, right?
You really did, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he's on top. He's on top of the.
Oh, here's dog water.
Yeah, I'd leave too,
That
bro.
was a good deck.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Melski here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be taking a look at some of the clips where I wipe a squad, maybe 2, 3, 4 people. I'm going to be breaking them down and analyzing what I do in these certain situations that allows me to be successful. And really, I'm just going to teach you guys some of the mechanics, that separate the elite players from the good players and the below average players. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be a short video. Let's get right into it. Alright, before I go any further, I just want to say that I am a hybrid player, so you're going to see both keyboard and mouse and controller gameplay in this. So it's going to be beneficial to you whether or not you're a controller player or a mouse and keyboard player. It doesn't make much of a difference, but I do play a little bit differently when I'm on either input device. So in this first clip, I have a still image here. I just popped a UAV. And I took a glance at the minimap here, and I can count about 6 dots. I see one of them's, way off to the right, so probably not a threat, maybe on top train. But I see a guy on top SOS, and I see 4 dots immediately close to me. So let's just see how this clip plays out.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh no, going up, David. No, help on
Got one on me. Oh my god.
That's how kids get kills right there. They make all ruckus and then they go prone right on the fucking doorway. Call it IQ.
Oh, it's all nice, bro.
Disengage, yeah.
No joy.
There's no way, there's no way. Fucking dog water, fucking kids. Storm, you gotta thirst and go.
So right there, I knew that enemy was in there because of the UAV that I had that indicated he was in this small room. And knowing that he's in this small room, there's no way out. There's only one door that he could be through possibly. So I try my best to check both my stuns in there from an angle just in case he decides to, swing out like a crackhead. He doesn't swing out. So I wound up missing both my stuns. I tried to bank it off the side and I didn't quite get it in there. And that leaves me in not the best of spots. So instead of just running in there like a crazy man, he could have a Kimbo Diamantes or something like that. I decided to slide right past the door to bait out his location, and easy enough for me. He's just laying down in the middle of the floor, so it's a pretty free kill for me. But now I'm left in a situation where all my teammates are dead, and I know there are 3 more because none of my teammates got any kills, and potentially a 4th that's on top of SOS. That could be a whole nother team, maybe partly ghosted pushing in. So my thoughts are call this precision, maybe someone's on the roof, pushing from a different building, I can clear them off, get a free down, because that'd be pivotal to my success here. So I throw down a munitions box just to get a couple extra stuns, because that for sure would help me out. But this next decision I made was the most important. I threw the stun to the right. I was thinking about following it. But then I thought, you know what, maybe they thought I threw the stun through the doorway behind them and not from the stairs. Because I did run back inside the building when I was plating. Maybe that guy didn't expect me to do that. Maybe he thought I was more than one person because my movement. It's very important. Movement's very important in this game. So I fly around the corner and both of them turn around. It looks like they saw me and tried to run, but really what I think happened is that they both turned around, reacting to where they thought the stun came from in real time. And I just so happened to timing them as they're turning around and shoot them both in the back. So now I'm looking for the last guy. I know I've killed 1 person full. I've got 2 down. I check to see if they're selfing, they're not, so I'm basically baiting their bodies at this point, trying to get their teammate to come in and save them. And just as I thirst the guy, his teammate does just that.
There we go. There we go.
Cracked one, I cracked one.
Yeah, yeah. Hold my strike there.
Ping here.
On their side?
Oh, I got a UF, hold up. Where on top?
Where?
Oh, I got him. Good shit.
Go, man.
Alright, so right now we're on the twin building. There's a team on the opposite twin building, and we have to rotate very shortly for zone 5. It doesn't look like a particularly great zone for us, so my goal with this fight was to kill the other team and rotate as fast as possible, because potentially we're going to have to go across the valley to the other side of the hill. So I get it down on the other side. Immediately following my down, I'm trying to call him a precision airstrike, but the airspace is crowded. And then that second guy walks right by, and to me, he just struck me as a bot. So when I get these 2 downs with his precision, I immediately just push by myself. My teammates didn't follow, nor would they be able to, because I'm going right up the zip, only 1 per time. So I knew I was, alone on this fight. I popped Eddie. I'm expecting them to be res by now, but they're all going to be weak if I hurry up here. And just that happens. One's weak, the other has full plates, but he doesn't know he's getting shot at. Ego Child, the third one, had nowhere to go. And then we just lose this guy in the dust. He thought I went left, but I actually went right. And we're able to take him out. And this is one of those situations where you're in too deep and you just cannot back out. So once I downed those first 2 players, I was kind of out in the open. Maybe I can turn and run right around the wall or into the stairs. But I do know that their teammates are on the roof. And potentially they can swing and kill me, shoot me in the back with a DMR or something like that. Now, since this gun is literally broken. So instead, I decided to just push up further. I did have stuns to work with here. But honestly, I just felt like I could take this guy. I didn't want to take the chance of him swinging on me when I'm throwing the stun or something like that. Now I'm going to no-scope him with a DMR. So I just say, you know what, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to run. I'm just going to stay aggressive here. And we wind up getting the kill. It looks like he had an origin or something like that, so this guy's stuck in the past, but nevertheless, we're able to wipe this entire quad by ourselves, pretty much.
I run out of ammo. I let him.
I sacrificed some life for Pakistan.
400 damage, no kills, that's solid.
Oh my god. What an idiot.
Alright, now in this particular clip, there are 4 enemies. I don't know if we know that yet. I think we just saw someone buy back, so we rushed over here. And you're going to see once again all my teammates go down, and I'm left to defend by myself. So, no problem. We get the job done, and this is how we did it. Alright, so I get it down there, and I can also see that my teammate got it down. So I know there's 2 up right now, 2 down. So I'm going to try to run around this corner right here and see if I can maybe get a thirst. Maybe get a plate off of one of the people that I thirst, and then go from there. Now my teammate lands in from the gulag right there, and he's able to finish one of my downs, which is huge, and he's also able to crack someone that's just outside the window, which is also huge. So I chuck a C4 right outside the window, get the down, and I just chuck this outside the door because I don't know if the guy that I down outside had self-revive. So I didn't want to sit here and wait for the guy to get res, because if I did wait for him to get res, I could throw the C4 and re-down him because he'll be, weak enough. But also that gives the other guy potential to self-res, so I just played safe, chucked my C4. When I throw the C4 through that door, I get an armor hit, meaning that there's someone else there resing that guy, because there's no way that he would have plates on. He didn't even res yet. I would have gotten, say, an EOD hit marker or just a standard hit marker on the guy that was down. So that plate indication lets me know that there's at least 2 players there. One of them's already fulled, so I know where those 2 guys are. and then I know the guy's down outside. So now I know where all 3 players are, but I have no plates, and I just have a Diamante, which is, it's enough. And really, you can see where movement comes into play. I had no plates. I did get an audio cue from the first guy that came around the corner. Then I immediately turned and looked towards the house because I got an audio cue from there. I heard wood flooring, so I immediately slide to the left, you know, trying to peek the window. I have to be aggressive here. I can't really run away per se because I don't have plates. Earlier in my Warzone career, I used to try to, you know, run from fights when I was low, and most of the time you'll just die around the corner. You know, they always seem to kill me right before I got to my cover. So I decided to just turn around, be aggressive, and fight, and it's been paying off.
Coño, 4th of July, bro.
Yep, yeah. Multiple on me.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go, loaded. Let me know how it is on there.
There's multiple on me, bro.
Jump on the nose, jump on the nose.
I down one. I got one down like next.
Oh, he's right behind the loadout. He's right behind the loadout, he's right there.
One loadout.
Okay, so I find myself in yet another situation where I'm all alone, and it's just up to me to wipe the squad. I had just regained out of the gulag, and I brought back all 3 of my teammates, so they're still in the air, and I let them know that I have enemies on me, but instead they all 3 go for the loadout and leave me alone. So, you know, I'm kind of in a bad spot here, but obviously we are able to get the job done here. So when I'm in this chonk, I see a guy to my right, and he's just kind of crouching there. I feel like, you know, this guy isn't the best player since, you know, maybe he saw me when I was buying all 3, chose not to shoot, and, you know, no one really just crouches out in the open like that. So usually I'd have no problem swinging, just jumping out the car, frying him. But I do, out of the corner of my eye, see another guy run up last second. And, you know, I think to myself, you know, maybe it's not a good idea to take this fight right in this very moment. So I run into the bunker, call a cluster on myself, and I'm just hoping I can get it down, you know, maybe, you know, make a play out of that. Because I feel like there's a team of 4. I only saw 2, but we are playing quads, so I'm expecting a team of 4. So the cluster comes up clutch. We're able to get it down on one of them, and I immediately swing out the door when the cluster is done, and I look for him. Not necessarily to thirst him, but, you know, maybe his team is, you know, right where he is. I don't see anyone, so I'm expecting that these guys panicked and ran into the bunker beside me, either the left one or the right one. I'm thinking the left one, because, you know, that's where they were, but it turns out they were inside the bunker on the right. So I swing into the left bunker here, not to necessarily camp in there, but I knew that they knew that I was solo, because they clearly, you know, heard me 4th of July buy back all 3 of my teammates, so they know it's just me. And I'm thinking, if I was in this situation and there is one guy hiding inside a bunker, I'd blindly run at him probably, you know, just ego, thinking I can win the 1v1, and that's exactly what they did. So they just blindly sprint at me, which is good because I have a Diamante. I'm trying to get a close quarters fight here. So I swing in, swing right back out, right in their face, able to crack this guy's shield. I run out of ammo, so I have to switch back to my XM4 and just a little bit of movement magic. This guy probably ran out of ammo in his XM4. Not the best aim, but we have him looking silly in the end.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Bro, what? How much is gonna eat? Bro,
Oh my god. There's two.
So the past 2 clips have been on controller, and now I'm just going to mix in a little bit of a mouse and key clip here. You can see a little bit of the difference how I play. I tend to stay away, you know, a little bit more, because when you're on controller and you have that aim assist, up close and personal fights are extremely easy on controller, but they're not so easy trying to track a rogue skin sliding across the floor per se. I'd rather just let the game do it for me. But that's enough of that. So the situation I'm in right now is I'm playing trios. Both my teammates are dead, and I know that there's at least 2 people around me because I hear them running around the outside of the staircase. I know from this spot right here there's a door to my bottom left, and that's where one of them enters. So right now I'm playing for a pick because I know that they might potentially know where I'm at with heartbeat sensors. You know, they probably have their loadout in this stage of the game. I just landed in from Gulag not too long ago, so I have a stock VLK in the kilo. And I'm just going to play for a pick here on the stairs with my VLK and then rotate, try to take on the other 2 with my kilo from a little bit of a distance. So I'm able to get the knock in the full and grab the guy's satchel, so now I have an abundance of plates. I see that this guy doesn't have his loadout, so, you know, I just go relocate because clearly I'm going to be called out here. I'm able to get a nice head glitch here, very nice tracking on that first shot. The second guy, not so much, reload or kilo. All right, we're able to get the down on the guy on the right. The guy on the left swings out wide, aggressive. I'm very wary of my ammo in these situations. I can see that I have 12 bullets in the time. I make sure to glance at that very often because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm, say, out in the open and I don't have enough bullets to work with. And as a result, I die from it. So when I swing wide left here, I only have 12 bullets and I have to hit nearly every single shot in order to kill this guy because I did crack this guy's shield, but he had enough time to at least throw one more plate on, and that's 150 damage. I know it's possible. It's a bit of an ego. I could have ran around the corner, maybe plated, maybe gassed him off, stuff like that, but you know, I just had the confidence in myself that I could hit all the shots, and I wind up doing just that, pretty much nail every single shot. So I hope you guys thought this video was informative, and let me know if you want me to do something like this in the future. In summation, I'd say the most important thing that you have to do when fighting multiple players is, of course, you know, have good movement, you know, keep in and out of cover. But on top of that, even more important, I'd say, is being aggressive, even when it seems like it's not the right spot. I know it might seem foolish to just push out around the corner and chow 1 to 2 guys when you have no plates, or when you have floor loot weapons, but I can assure you it is the right thing to do if you are in a close quarters engagement. You know, maybe you can run away, get your plates off, reset the fight, but if you know you don't have that luxury, if you've been in this sort of situation before and you know the outcome would be, you know, I'm gonna get shot in the back before you even get to cover, then just slide out and challenge them. Also, something that helped me a lot in learning how to consistently wipe teams by myself is playing solo squads, whether that be trios, duos, quads, whichever. So I even went as far to make an alternate account and just dedicate that account exclusively to, you know, playing solo squads. And I can't say it made me a better player. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this video informative. And if you want something like this in the future, maybe another type of tutorial, just let me know which one in the comments and I'll try to get that to you. And that's going to do it for this one. Take care.